Hello everyone. This should be a pretty short lesson. I just want to make a couple quick edits to our campus post type, and then we can change gears in our next lesson. Okay, so first let me navigate to an individual campus screen. So campuses, and then maybe click on Downtown West. Alright, now the first thing I want to do is make an edit to the template that powers this screen. So in our text editor, let's jump into Single Campus. And back in the browser, you'll notice that the last thing on this page is this Programs Available at this Campus section. So back in our text editor, if we scroll down, here we see the Related Programs query. And here's the end of the Related Programs HTML. But then even below that, we see another custom query that's pulling in events. Now the reason this is here is because we created this single campus template by duplicating single-program. Now if you want extra credit or extra exercises to work on, you can go ahead and try to create a relationship between campuses and events. But for the sake of keeping this course moving forward and not being too repetitive, I'm not going to walk through that right now. So that means there's no reason for me to have this extra query in my template. If we're not actually using it, it's just going to slow down our website. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this custom query as well as the while loop code. Okay, so now the final PHP in this section is our related programs. And we can still leave reset post data just to be safe. Okay, so we got rid of that unnecessary code. That was our first goal. My only other goal for this lesson is if we jump back to the All Campuses Archive screen, I want to make sure that even if we had 20 or 100 different pins and campus posts, that they would all display on this screen. Because remember, by default, WordPress is only going to query 10 posts at a time. Now in actuality, we only have 2 posts, but I want to make our code flexible. So in order to tell our Campuses Archive to query all campus posts, let's go into our functions.php file. And in this functions file, let's scroll down to the very bottom. And if you scroll up just a tiny bit from the bottom, you'll see we have a function named University Adjust Queries. And you might remember that this block of code is customizing the program query. And this block of code is customizing the event archive query. So why don't we just go ahead and duplicate this block of code that's for programs and change it a bit to be for campuses. So select this, copy it, maybe right above it, paste it. In the if statement condition, we are saying if you are not in the admin, so if you're on the front end of the website, and the current post type is, and let's change it from program to campus, and as long as it's the main query, if all of that is the case, then do this. So in this case, we do not need to worry about ordering by title, so we can delete that. And we don't need to set the order to be ascending, so we can delete that. But we do want to leave this line in place, right? We want posts per page to be -1 because that will pull in all posts. However, just to test this out, just to make sure that this is targeting the right screen and URL, why don't we temporarily set this to 1 and save this, and then if we refresh this screen, hopefully once we refresh there will only be 1 pin. Cool, so we just see 1 pin for 1 post, so that means this code is indeed working. So now let's just set it back to -1. And now we can sleep at night knowing that this archive screen is flexible and will work just fine even if we have 40 or 50 campuses. And that's going to bring this lesson to a close. I promised it would be short. Now in our next lesson, we are going to change gears and start working on our live search results powered by JavaScript. And this is probably going to be the most exciting and fun to work on part of the course. Let's keep it rolling, and I will see you then.